I hate theater. Well, it's so disappointing, isn't it? You know what I'm doing when I'm sitting in a darkened theater waiting for the show to begin? I pray. Oh, dear God, please let this be a good show. And let it be short, too. Oh, Lord in heaven, please let it be short. 2 hours is fine, 3 hours is too many. And keep the actors out of the audience. My God, I didn't pay good money to have the fourth wall come crashing down around my ears. I just want to be entertained. I want a story and a few good songs to carry me away. I mean, isn't that the point? Amen. There used to be a time, sitting in the dark, audiences would think to themselves, by God, what have George and Ira Gershwin have for us tonight? Or, can Cole Porter really pull it off again? Can you imagine? Now it's, oh please, Mr. Elton John, must we continue this charade? It used to be, sitting in the dark, you knew. And when the lights went on and the curtains opened up, you were going to be transported to a world of color and music and glamour. And you think to yourself, my God, when are they going to bring up the lights? Oh my, how things have changed. Hello? How are we this evening? That's good. I'm feeling a little blue myself. You know, a little anxious for no particular reason. A little sad I should be feeling anxious at this age. A mixture of self-conscious anxiety resulting in a bit of non-specific sadness, a state that I call blue. And when I'm feeling this way, blue, I like to listen to my music. So I was looking through my records. Yes, records. And I was going to put on the soundtrack recording to Meredith Willson's The Music Man. And then I thought, no, let's have a treat. Let's disappear for a while into the decadent world of the 1920s, where the champagne flowed and the caviar chilled and all the world was a party. For the wealthy, anyway. So, I dug around, and what did I find? But one of my favorite shows, Gable and Stein's The Drowsy Chaperone, remember? Music by Julie Gable, lyrics by Sidney Stein. It's a 2-record set, remastered from the original recording made in 1928. It's the full show, with the original Broadway cast, including Beatrice Stockwell as the chaperone. Isn't she elegant? And this is a full 15 years before she became Dame Beatrice Stockwell. Can you believe it? Let me read you what it says inside. It says, mix-ups, mayhem, and a gay wedding. Of course, gay wedding means something different now, but back then it just meant fun. And that's just what the show is. It's fun. So, will you indulge me? Will you let me play the record for you now? Yeah! Hopefully you say yes. All right, let's visualize. It's November of 1928, and you just pulled up to the doors of the Roscoe Theater in New York. It's very cold. Remember when it used to be cold in November? Not anymore. November's the new August. It's global warming. Anyway, very cold, and a heavy gray sleet is falling from the sky, but you don't care, because you've come to see a Broadway show. Listen. Isn't it marvelous? It helps you close your eyes. You know, I miss overtures. They're out of style. They're a show's way of welcoming you, as if it's saying, hello, welcome. The meal will begin shortly. But in the meantime, how about an appetizer? That's what an overture is. It's a musical appetizer, a poo-poo platter of tunes, if you will. Just wonderful. Don't you love it? Oh, what's this? Something different, something rollicking, like a dance tune. Maybe something involving pirates? Oh, don't worry, there are no pirates. Alright, this is it. The moment when the music begins to swell, and you know you're only seconds away from being transported. Curtains going up. Oh, I can't wait.
Yes, madam.
How do I look?
You look radiant, madam.
I do love this dress so. It never goes out of style.
It's a miracle, madam.
My dress, my fancy dress. I don't know why I'm wearing it, I must confess. My dress, I love my dress. Someone tell me why I put it on.
Yes, your dress, your fancy dress. 'Twas such a pleasure airing it, restitching and repairing it. God bless your dress, it's one fine dress, and I will tell you why you put it on. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Madam, you're the hostess and it's happy wedding time.
Wedding bells will ding, wedding bells will dong, wedding bells will ding-a-ling and we will ding along. Your dress, your fancy dress. We're very, very glad you put it on.
Wedding guests have come,
Wedding guests are here, wedding guests are at the door and soon they will appear.
I'm Robert, the bridegroom. I'm here to marry Janet. That's our from Felton Smalley's, whom I love a lot.
I'm George, that's George, his best man George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought. Mrs. Hoddington, don't you worry, I have this whole wedding planned out. The key is organization, see? Each string represents a task yet to be completed. Pay the musicians, yell at the florist, book the minister. This whole wedding's gonna run like clockwork.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
I'm Felton, producer. I lost my leading lady. I gotta stop this wedding or I'm not worth squat.
I'm kidding, just kidding. I'm kidding with Mr. Felton. I'll be a lady if I get my shot.
We're pastry chefs, we cross our hearts, we're pastry chefs. No bakery, is what we got. Adolfo, my name is Adolfo. I am the king of romance, so I kiss a lot.
You are the king of romance, so you kiss a lot. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Someone hasn't come, someone isn't here. Where is Janet and when will she appear? It's Janet
I'm Janet Van de Graaff, here to marry Robert Martin, giving up a life of glamour to tie the knot.
Am I late? I'm the chaperone of Janet Van de Graaff, maid of honor, blended confidant, and all that rot. Where's the bar? No wedding today.
Prohibition, madam.
No wedding, how gay. Good thing I brought my own. No wedding today. Champagne makes me drowsy. It's really happening, truly happening, almost happening. What is happening?
I'm Trix, the aviatrix, queen of the sky. I circle through the stratus in my modern apparatus. I'm Trix, the aviatrix. I've got a flight. I'll see you when they tie that knot.
A wedding today.
bride was giving up the stage for love, her debonair bridegroom, a harried producer, drove the gangsters posing as pastry chefs, a flaky Corrine, a Latin Lothario, and an aviatrix. And of course, my personal favorite, the Drowsy Chaperone. What more could you possibly want for an evening's entertainment? Wasn't that wonderful? And we'll all ding along. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, I'll lead you through this record as best I can. Don't worry, it won't be too difficult to follow. So we begin with the welcome from the love-struck groom.
Well, I'd just like to thank you all for coming. I tell you, I must be some lucky fellow. I mean, who'd have thought that I, Robert Martin, would be marrying a glamorous showgirl, and that glamorous showgirl would be willing to give up a successful career for me, Robert Martin. Aww. Now, if it weren't for the prohibition, I'd say let's raise a glass.
Hear, hear!
To Janet Vandergraff, the most beautiful girl in the world.
Absolutely not!
Excuse me?
The groom mustn't see his bride on the wedding day. It's bad luck.
I hope you all heard that, because that's the plot, basically. Hang on for the ride.
Breakfast will be served in the Arabian room. Let's go. I'm hungry. Say, it's a little early to be drinking, isn't it?
I don't understand the question.
Look, you look after Jen. That's your only job. You're the chaperone.
Aye, aye, mon capitaine. Oh, Robert, who's my little monkey?
I'm your little monkey. Bye, Janet.
So, with the bride and groom whisked away, we turn our attention to the B-plot, which involves the producer.
Mr. Fawcett?
Getting married and leaving show business.
Mr. Fawcett?
Doesn't she know I got obligations?
Mr. Fawcett, I can be a leading lady. You said it yourself. I'm useless in the chorus.
Kitty, I already told you, you ain't got what it takes.
But I've been taking lessons. Seen it? Acted? Ballet?
Bellette.
Yeah, I'm pretty good too. Last week I auditioned for Swanee Lake.
A little annotation. Kitty and Feldzig were a couple in real life, Jack and Sadie Adler. Here, a familiar comic construct, a stupid woman and her long-suffering companion. Well, she appears stupid, but in the end, she does something very clever and makes everyone wonder whether or not it's all just an act. The irony here is that Sadie actually was quite stupid. Jack had to explain all the jokes to her, apparently. But still, she had a long and wonderful career on the stage. It's the only place a stupid person can make a decent living. This is before television, of course.
Kitty, I don't have time for this.
A pen and four, Mr. Feltic?
Not now.
Perhaps a nice profiterole.
Boys, I'm not hungry.
Then maybe we can get you something else to chew on.
Yeah, something that ain't food.
What?
Your confusion is to be expected. For even though we stand before you in the guise of innocent pastry chefs, we are actually
And primarily,
employees of a certain individual.
Certain individual.
a certain individual
Who just so happens to be the single largest investor in Feltic's Follies. He sent us here
as pastry chefs,
to express his concerns about Miss Vandergraff's impending nuptials.
specifically.
That if she gets married and leaves the show, then there ain't no show.
Say, don't I know you?
No, you don't.
Have you ever spent any time in Toledo?
Have you ever spent any time in a coma?
No, but I have a cousin in Seattle.
Boys, you can assure your employer that there will be no wedding. You have my word.
We'll take your word, all right.
But to go back on that word would be a recipe for disaster. Now we hope we made ourselves perfectly eclair.
One can only hope.
This gotta be kidding me.
A trifle much.
Don't town with me.
All right, right. You dropped the pastry chef routine.
Alas, we cannot.
Oh, lamb.
Lamb's an entree, you macaroon!
The gangsters were played by interchangeable vaudeville duo, the Tall brothers, John and Peter Tall. They were born Abram and Mendel Masalaskowitz, but were renamed at Ellis Island by a sarcastic immigration official. They were an early example of the typical Broadway gangster, full of stylized movements and wordplay, but not very intimidating. Unless you consider dancers intimidating, which I do, but for reasons that are inappropriate to this situation.
We'll leave it up to you, Mr. Felting. Until then, try the dessert carousel.
Try the Toledo surprise.
It's to die for.
Holy cats, Mr. Felton! Gangsters.
Very observant. Now go powder your nose. I have to stop this wedding, but how? Oh Lord in heaven, how? How?
Well, I'm glad you liked it. I always thought this film was a little overplayed. Anyway, with the story well on its way, let's go to the groom's room.
Hey there, handsome. Show me those pearly whites.
The groom was played by the dashing Percy Hyman. He started out as the Albright toothpaste man, his fabulous smile adorning every tube. Albright was popular in the early 20s because it contained cocaine. It's true. If you look at an ingredients list, it's fourth down, right after sugar.
Now don't you worry. It is perfectly normal for a groom to be nervous on his wedding day. It is? Of course.
I love Percy Hyman. Some people say he's a bad actor, but to those people, I say shut up.
Hey there, Mr. Mirror Man, shaking and awaking, trembling like the Brady cats do. Something may be bothering you. Cold feet, brother, you got cold feet. You can make them cold feet hot with a little rhythm, younger feet. Oh, feet can be uncontrolled feet. Rhythm make them cold feet trot down the aisle. Frosty arches, they can't learn to swing. Icy toes can guide. Wedding marches playing in a ragtime swing makes bridges souls come alive and take that dive. Cold feet, slow feet, turn them into bold feet. Rhythm make them cold feet.
You don't say. Why don't you go inside into your butthole, you backstabbing worm? Now to find a new minister. Say, what are you up to?
I'm singing a song an old Negro taught me, the Dixie Remedy for wedding day jitters.
You think you've got jitters? You got the easy part. I gotta get right, boutonnieres, and now a new minister. I have the weight of a wedding on my shoulders.
George, it sounds like you got cold feet.
What do I got?
Cold feet.
What do I want?
Cold feet.
What do I do? Scold feet?
Oh. To make the cold feet hot. George, look at you. You're dancing.
I am? I am! 5, 6, 7, 8. Trophies, trophies. Turn them into trophies. Spray them, make them trophies. Ha! Make the cold beats hot. Make the cold beats hot. Make the cold beats hot.
Percy Hyman was a wonderful performer. I like to think of him panting and sweating after a long dance routine. He's still alive, you know. I actually saw him on television celebrating his 108th birthday. To say the passing years have taken their toll would be a grotesque understatement. They wheeled him out, and he had this wide-eyed look of confusion that God saves for the very old on their birthdays. You know the one? The one that says, "Who are you, and who am I, and why is this cake on fire?" You know? Anyway.
All right, that's enough of that. Dancing around like a fool.
I'm sorry, George. I was just trying to calm my nerves. It is my wedding day, after all.
You could have snapped an ankle. Tap dancing is just too dangerous. Why don't you go out for a night skate instead? I'll let you do that when I want to blow off some steam.
No, George, you think of everything.
Wait, you're not going out like that, are you? Oh, no. You might see Janet. Here, put on this blindfold.
Oh, George, what would I do without you?
Looking out for you, my boy, and no more tap dancing. Nope, over here, buddy.
Oh, thank you, George.
Wedding bells will ring. Wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate.
Just ignore that. It does that sometimes, it rings. Ignore it, it'll stop you. What? What do you want? Hello. You've reached my answering machine. Leave a short message after the tone, and I'll call you back at my convenience. That's great. That's it, the whole moment's ruined. Thank you, life. Oh, that's like a cell phone going off in a theater. I hate that. Oh, hello. Oh, hello, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just sitting in the theater, ruining the moment. How about you? Oh, I couldn't get out tonight, so I thought I'd ruin the moment by proxy. Sorry. Let's just shake that off. Get our heads back to 1928. They didn't have cell phones back in 1928, but I'm sure they had their own means of ruining the moment. I don't know, bugles or something.
Happy wedding. Time.
So, the scene shifts, and we find the bride, the glamorous Janet Van de Graaff, lounging by the pool, entertaining questions by reporters.
Hey, Miss Dandler, is it true you're giving up a successful career to marry a man you hardly know?
Yes, Robert and I met on the leader deck of the Ile de France. He amused me with talk of his father's oil interests. We spooned, briefly, and then he proposed.
So, you won't be returning to stage, ever?
I shan't.
You shan't?
I shan't.
Can we call it on that?
Of course. One more question. Yes.
Why in the world would anyone put olives in a Gibson?
I had a question. How can you leave the footlights when you know very well you got grease paints in your veins?
Victor, please.
Oh, Janet, I'll do anything. Dump the bugs, stay with the follies. I'll give you anything you want. I'll put your name above mine on the marquee.
Oh, Victor, if you think this is about vanity, you couldn't be more wrong. I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to sing tunes no more. I don't want to ride moons no more. I don't want to show off. I don't want to wear this no more. Play the saucy Swiss miss no more. Blow my signature no more. I don't want to show off.
Janet, please.
Don't try to control me. I've made up my mind. That's it. I quit. I'm leaving it all behind.
Hey, baby!
I don't want to be cute no more. Make a gentleman hoot no more. I don't want to wear fruit no more. I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off no more.
Not me.
Page
3.
no more.
Oh, gee, I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off.
I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off no more. Off no more.
Not me. Woo! I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off, show off. Don't want to show off no
Please, no more attention. I've counted to 10. And I'm through. Adieu. You'll never see this. Never see this. Never see this. Never see that. Never see these again. I don't want to change keys no more. I don't want to strip tease no more. I don't want to say cheese no more. I don't care if you scoff. I don't want to be cheered no more. Praise no more. Grab no more. Touch no more. Love no more. I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off.
I don't want to show off. I don't want to show off. I don't want to show.
My name is Mandy Brown.
I want you, dear. No more.
Did I miss something?
Well, Mr. Feltic, it seems painfully obvious that Miss Vandegraff does not wish to continue a life on the stage.
Can't you see you're killing her soul?
Don't worry, boys. It's not over yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't do an encore. I don't want an encore no more. We're shouting for more. Disappear through the door no more. I don't want to show
Roberts as the bride. She was the Oops girl, you remember? Oh, surely you remember the Oops girl. Don't you people read? She was the girl whose sexual energy was so great it caused the men around her to have accidents. Spill their drinks on themselves, or drive their cars into trees, and she would do this. Oh, she would go, oops. I'm not really doing it justice, but people ate it up. She had a whole series of films. Let's see, there was Oops, the Oops Girl Come Home, and the Oops Girl at Sea, which won an Oscar for special effects.
Okay. Begging and groveling didn't work, so I'm on to plan B. And for that I'm gonna need an accomplice. Someone gullible with loose morals. I need a, what do you call it? A European!
La 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 la!
Here in was Adolfo, self-proclaimed ladies' man. Adolfo was played by silent film star and world-class alcoholic Roman Bartelli. He was the man who later drank himself to death in a chateau in Nice. And when they found him 5 days later, his body had been consumed by his poodles. Well, only partially consumed.
I am Adolfo.
You are Adolfo.
Yes, I am Adolfo.
Certainly not the Adolfo.
Yes, I am Adolfo.
Funny, you don't look like a scoundrel.
Yes.
What? Why, just now I overheard the groom saying that Adolfo is a scoundrel.
Adolfo is a scoundrel?
Those very words.
Adolfo is a scoundrel?
It's like I'm hearing it again.
This is outrageous! He is saying this to people, to beautiful ladies with breasts for making love? Well, I must.
You must take matters into your own hands.
Yes, I must take out this groom into my hands and kill him.
Yes! No. Just hurt him badly enough that he can't get married.
Show me to this groom. Wait.
What?
What kind of man is this groom? A big man?
Well,
A burly fellow?
well, he's big on the outside.
No. Adolfo will not fight big men, but small, pale, weasy little dwarf people that Adolfo can punch far away. But no big man.
So, you're a lover, not a fighter.
Yes, Adolfo is a lover of beautiful ladies. Some say I am the king of romance.
Well, you know what they say. The best way to get revenge back at a man is through his door. No, the best way to get revenge back at a man is through his
window.
No, revenge back at a man through his.
There's no other ways. I'm not Santa Claus coming down chimney.
Through his woman.
Through his woman.
His bride.
His bride.
You must seduce his bride, Adolfo.
Adolfo will make love to the bride. That will show people Adolfo is no scoundrel. Show me to this bride. Wait.
What?
What kind of woman is this bride? A big woman?
No.
A burly woman?
No, she's the cat's pajamas.
Pajamas?
She's a looker, an attractive woman.
Show me to this cat in pajamas. Adolfo will make her.
Stop it!
Like a cat in pajamas.
Oh.
Well, that was Roman Bartelli chewing the scenery. You certainly can't get away with a performance like that nowadays. Mature, contemporary audiences are too sophisticated to deal with broad racial stereotypes. So, we've banished them to Disney. Let the children sort it out.
Yes, madam.
The pastry chefs have been kind enough to provide the liquor for the party. But remember, Angeline, we have to be discreet.
Yes, madam.
It is prohibition after all.
I'm aware of that, madam.
We'll have to use code words. For instance, if someone asks for a glass of ice water, it leaves they want a glass of vodka. Have you got that?
Yes, madam.
Are you sure? Maybe you should write it down.
No, I understand, madam. If someone asks for a glass of ice water, they really want a glass of vodka.
What's a glass of ice water?
Vodka.
Ice water?
Vodka.
Ice
Vodka.
Good, that's another endless thing to do. Emily,
Yes, madam.
might I please have a glass of ice water? I found a meeting with the pastry chefs rather trying, and I would enjoy a glass of refreshing ice water.
Your ice water, madam.
Oh.
I hate this scene.
Oh, I do need a glass of ice water.
Your iced water, madam.
You can see where this is going, can't you? We're just a long series of spit takes.
Your iced water, madam.
You know, some elements of the Drowsy Chaperone were actually quite progressive for their time. An Asian actress playing the aviatrix, for example.
Your iced water, madam.
Yes, some elements were progressive, others were stale. You know what, I'm just going to skip ahead.
Find some lime juice.
Lime juice? For heaven's sakes, why?
I'm going to wring out my eyebrows and make myself a gimlet.
So, I'm sure some of you are wondering what that number was doing in the show. Well, it's simple. A song was coming up and they needed time for a set change. It's mechanics. It's like adult films. Let me explain what I mean by that. In adult films, the story is simplistic. How do I pay for this pizza? Being a prime example. Now, as in musical theater, the story solely exists to connect longer and more engaging plot numbers. What? Well, what kind of society do we live in where we can't discuss the similarities between adult films and musical theater?
In a few hours, I'm going to be Mrs. Robert Martin. Oh, my head is spinning.
Yes, life is a mad whirlwind.
Now, this scene is interesting. It's the only time that Jane Roberts and Beatrice Stockwell are alone together on stage. Jane Roberts was an up-and-coming star, but Beatrice Stockwell was already well-established and a force to contend with.
Oh, I'm so full of apprehensions. But I suppose it's normal considering the circumstances. Have you ever been married, chaperone?
No. I drink for pleasure, not out of necessity.
Your iced water, madam. I'm afraid you're fresh out of olives.
Have you ever been married, underling?
Oh, heavens, no. If I'm going to serve a woman, I prefer to be paid for my efforts.
Oh, you two. I know it seems strange to give up a successful career to marry a man I hardly know. But when I look into his eyes, his big monkey eyes, oh gee, I get all woozy. And that's love, isn't it?
Well, the wooziness could be caused by numerous reasons. For instance, I'm woozy right now, and I'm certainly not in love.
Now, Beatrice Stockwell was well known for her rousing anthems. She inspired and entertained the troops from every major world conflict up to and including the Falklands War. Of course, by this time, she was in her late 80s, and her anthems didn't so much rouse as stupefy. But still, she demanded a rousing anthem be included in every show she ever did, even if it wasn't exactly appropriate. And you just couldn't say no to her. That's star power.
Oh, you're no help. Couldn't you at least allay my fears with a few choice words of inspiration?
Inspiration? Well, dear, that's really not my forte.
Yes, but if you...
As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to do. Still we bumble our way through life's crazy labyrinth, never knowing left from right nor right from wrong. But the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble along.
That was quite nice, Chaperone. But I still don't see how it pertains to my situation.
Let me explain.
Oh, that's not necessary. I guess I was just looking for a few sympathetic woo!
It's a dismal little world in which we live. It can bore you till you've nothing left to give. 7 overrated wonders, 7 underwhelming seas, 6 excruciating continents, Antarctica. Oh, please.
Antarctica, oh please.
Still you mustn't let it lick ya. This planet, oh so bland. Keep your eyeball on the highball in your hand as we stumble along, cross life's crowded dance floor, as we push and we shove, we live and we learn, and when we finally leave the bar and we see that morning star, we pull our bootstraps up and homeward turn. Then we stumble away through dawn's blinding sunbeams, never knowing right from right, nor left from wrong.
That's what I love about her. She does whatever she wants, regardless of the cares or wants or needs of others. My mother was a little like that.
Well, that was quite inspiring, Chaperone. But I still don't see how it helps my situation. Please, can't you just tell me, is Robert the man for me?
My dear, that's something you'll have to decide for yourself.
But I just don't know if he loves me.
Why don't you ask him? Why don't you just say, Roger, do you love me?
It's Robert. And I'm not supposed to see him. In fact, it's your job to keep me away from him.
Right. And I take the responsibility very seriously. I'm just at the moment feeling terribly, terribly drowsy. I think I'll have a lie down. Now, whatever you do, don't go wandering through the garden seeking out your fiancé to ask him the one question upon which your future happiness depends.
Oh, thank you, Chaperone. I just have to know if he loves me.
Such a skinny little fool. Still, I envy her. Oh, when will love come crashing through my door?
La 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 la.
Look who it is. It's Adolfo, come to seduce the bride.
I am Adolfo.
Try not to think of the poodles while you listen to this part.
I am Adolfo, and you are bride.
No, I am not.
What? This is bridal suite. You are the only one here. Therefore, you must be bride.
Interesting argument, but I'm afraid you are a moron.
What?
Me? No, bride. Perhaps I could take a message.
Yes, very good. Dear Van de Graaf bride, I must make love to you and transport you to the place of ecstasy. Sooner is better. Signed, Adolfo, King of Romance.
Well, you saw through my little ruse. You found me out.
Ah, so you are the bride.
Apparently, yes. Take me, a doll face.
No, 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 no! Not Adolfo face, Adolfo. You must remember my name for when we are making love and you're screaming. You must say the right name or it'll spoil everything. How can I make you remember? I'm sure that you have heard the name Adolfo, and ladies man the wings acclaim Adolfo. Well, lovely miss, I am the same Adolfo. I introduce myself, I am Adolfo.
Nice to meet you. Shall we?
Not so fast, so just in case you didn't hear Adolfo, I'll try to make it very clear, Adolfo. The lovely ladies always cheer Adolfo. When I repeat myself, I am Adolfo.
Understood.
I can sing it hard, I can sing it low, Adolfo. Sing it very fast, I can sing it very slowly. I do it now, but it will take hours. Now let us see if you can remember my name.
I'll give it a shot.
Now who's the fellow that you see?
Adolfo.
And how should you refer to me?
Adolfo.
And who is it that'll always be?
Adolfo.
Now sing it proudly.
You are Adolfo.
Now let me spell it out for you. For all you lovely ladies out there who didn't hear for some reason. Maybe you're hard of hearing or something. I don't know.
That was my mother's favorite number in the show. I think it was a secret fantasy of hers to be swept off her feet by a Latin lover. And I mean a real Latin lover, not a buffoon. Well, that's what musicals are all about, right? Falling in love with the drop of a hat, spontaneous tangoing, suddenly finding yourself in insanely romantic settings.
I'm an accident waiting to happen. La da 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 da.
Robert, look out!
Oh, don't worry, madam. I'm getting married today, so I have to wear a blindfold.
A blindfold?
I'm sorry. Who am I speaking to anyhow?
Why, it's me. Me from France.
This scene couldn't be more ridiculous.
So you are marrying Jeanne Van de Graaff, no?
Oui.
I hear she is very beautiful
Oui.
and glamorous.
Ah, oui, oui.
Is it true she has an exceptionally broad range and excels in playing both comedic and dramatic roles?
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble placing your accent. What part of France are you from?
The middle part, where they make the toast. So, you were telling me about your, how do you say in English, fiancé.
That's right.
So tell me then, when was the moment you knew that she was the only one for you?
Well, it's a funny story, actually. We were standing on the Lido deck of the Ile-de-France.
Oui.
I was amusing her with stories of my father's oil interests.
And then what happened?
Then I looked into her eyes, her big, glamorous eyes, and I felt all woozy.
And then you fell.
Yep, right on my keister. And I said, well, I guess I don't have my sea legs yet.
But we have enough dogs.
Hey, that's what she said. And then I knew it must be love.
And then you said?
And then I said, there was a time I could stop on a dime, for marriage was one of my talents. But since you've been around, I can't hold my ground. I'm consistently losing my balance. I'm an accident waiting to happen. I'm a mishap about to ensue. I'm the toy on the stair, the three-legged chair, the hem that's been caught by a shoe. Oh, and my tube of cigars started flapping. Now there was nothing my ankles could do. I'm an accident waiting to happen. So how we I happen to you.
And then what happened?
And then she joined it.
When men say I'm sweet and they fall at my feet, my heart doesn't beat any faster. But when you lose control, it touches my soul. So I'm bracing myself for disaster. You're an accident waiting to happen.
That's right.
A catastrophe destined to be.
That's me. I'm the rags in the cellar.
A broken umbrella, a branch hanging loose from a tree. I can see myself jumping and clapping for a matter of dangerously.
I'm an accident waiting to happen.
So hurry and happen to me. You're an accident waiting to happen. So hurry and happen to And then what happened?
And then we kissed. Wait, no, what have I done? Wait.
Well, it seems like the blindfold and the fake French accent have led to a terrible misunderstanding. Will it all work itself out in the end? Of course it will. It's not real, it's a musical. Everything always works out in musicals. You know, in the real world, nothing ever works out. And the only people who burst into song are the hopelessly deranged.
Mr. Bowser?
Where's that blundering fooler? How long can it possibly take to seduce one bride?
Mr. Fawcett, you don't even get it no more.
Kitty, I ain't got time for this.
I've been working on my mind reading act. Presenting Kitty the Incomprehensible. Now think of something.
Oh, I'm thinking of something, all right.
Wait, I'm getting it. Pick up some milk and a loaf of rye bread. And don't forget to shave your legs!
You're reading your own mind, you idiots!
Oh, no wonder it was so easy.
Mr. Felton.
It appears that the wedding is going along according to schedule.
Now it's time to receive your just desserts. What do you think, partner? Should we whip up something special for Mr. Felton?
Yeah. How about the Toledo surprise?
And inspire your choice.
The Toledo surprise, I've never heard of it.
No, you haven't. Those who have heard of it are generally never heard from again.
We'll share the recipe with you.
First, you chop the nuts.
And then you pound the dough.
Then you bake it up nice and slow. And then you got your Toledo surprise.
Could you run that by me again?
It's a very simple recipe, Mr. Felton.
First, you chop the nuts.
And then you pound the dough.
Then you bake it up nice and slow. And then you got your Toledo surprise. Say, why don't we give them a little taste?
All right.
Hold it! What style? What grace? Open your hands. Now shake them. Now run that recipe by me one more time. Da 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 da. Go!
Chop the nuts, pound the dough, bake it up
Front!
nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo surprise. With a peach, peel the skin, mush it up, throw it in. That's a tasty Toledo surprise.
Now you're cooking.
First you beat it up, then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if it tries to rise, don't let it, it's a snap. Try it, folks, with your whites, split your yolks, then you got a Toledo surprise.
You boys are naturals.
Honest?
I'll go run up the contracts now.
Hey!
A 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mr. Fawcett? Oh, what's going on here?
Now, Kitty, I'm developing a new act.
Toledo surprise.
You mean you're putting gangsters in the show and you won't put me in? They're not even in the union!
Kitty, you got it all wrong. This new act is for you. These boys are your backup dancers.
Backup dancers? Holy cats! What's that hot Toledo? Testing my libido. Good? Yes, indeed-o. Sugary yum-yum. Surprise! Squeeze the cream, grease the pan, lick the spoon, lift the plan, Dixie Buster tuxedo, Toledo surprise.
Wait. After we make an announcement. The wedding is off.
What? For the love of God, why?
Adolfo has made love to the bride.
That's not the bride, you idiot. That's the chaperone.
What?
The wedding is on.
The wedding is off.
But why?
Robert is a French girl. Her name is Mimi. She is very beautiful.
I'm sorry, Janet. I couldn't help it. She was just like you, only French. Oh, sweet mother of pearl.
Really?
Yes, madam.
What is all this commotion about?
The wedding, madam.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
Not anymore. What a tragedy. What a wonderful, wonderful tragedy. Put it on the floor, boys. I'm going to show you how it's done. First you beat it up, then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if it tries to rise, don't let it. Toledo surprise!
Surprise!
Wait until it's ready.
Surprise!
Wait until it's ready.
Surprise!
Wait until it's ready.
Now it's looking ready.
Surprise! Makes me twitch, makes me shake. This dessert takes the cake. Hits me like a torpedo. Toledo surprise!
Toledo surprise, Toledo surprise, surprise.
Surprise!
I know, but the tune is so infectious.
Oh, Robert, this is the saddest day of my life.
Wait, Janet, hold on.
Wedding bells won't ring, wedding bells won't chime. They will never celebrate a happy wedding time.
Well, that's that. The curtain closes and it's time for the intermission. Or, at least it would be if we were actually sitting in the Morosco Theater watching the Drowsy Chaperone, which, of course, we are not. I don't like intermissions. They ruin the magic, you know? One moment, you're sitting there, lost in a world of music and romance, and bang, you're surrounded by tourists, crinkling candy wrappers and nattering on about the lack of women's restrooms. It's cruel. Oh, it's a power bar. I have a bit of a blood sugar issue. I have to eat small meals all day long or I get jittery. I know it's rude, but you would not like the alternative. Believe you me. Believe you me. I remember my wedding day. I hadn't eaten breakfast. The ceremony wasn't until 4 in the afternoon. I do. Are you surprised that I was married? Well, there you go. You shouldn't go making assumptions about people, now should you? I'm a very complicated person. I have to pee now. Don't worry, I'll be back soon But while I'm gone, you can listen to the beginning of Act 2.
Emperor and American lady knows the eye to eye.
But Emperor, sometimes a different outlook can change your point of view.
What?
Precisely. What is it about the Asians that fascinates Caucasians? What is it about the Asians that's so nice? Is it the wontons, the egg rolls, the rice? Perhaps it's Buddha or Confucius and their excellent advice.
What is it about Caucasians that mystify we Asians? What is it about Caucasians that's so odd? They call a pretty lady a broad. They have hair upon their chests, and they only have one god? Impossible!
I am so sorry. That is not from the Drowsy Chaperone. That's from a different musical entirely. I have this woman who comes in once a month. Can I say that? Can I say I have a woman? Anyway, she comes in once a month and she cleans, and she's very good at her job, but she has this annoying habit of putting away my records in the wrong sleeves, too, even though I tell her, no touch records, Carmela, no touch records. I suppose she'd stop touching my records if I spoke to her in complete sentences. Anyway, that song began Act 2 of another Gable and Stein show called The Enchanted Nightingale, a degrading piece of chinoiserie about a Chinese emperor who's told by a magical bird to marry his American elocutionist as opposed to his betrothed. And he ends up building the Great Wall of China. And it's a slap to the face to 4,000 years of Chinese culture. But it had some lovely songs. Act 2 of The Drowsy Chaperone begins with this. A haunting lament from a very depressed bride. She sings it on her balcony, bathed in the pale blue light of a sympathetic moon, which is ridiculous because it's the middle of the day. Now, while you listen to this one, try and ignore the lyrics. I know it'll be hard, but blot them out, they're not the best. The tune's beautiful, but just ignore the lyrics.
I put a monkey on a pedestal and tried to make that monkey stay. And he did for a time, but he needed to climb and with other monkeys play far away. He left his jacket on that pedestal beside his tiny rusted cup. And I haven't got the strength to pick them up. Oh, monkey, 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 you broke my heart in two. But where I saved that pedestal for you. Come, my little monkey, come, my little monkey.
I'm gonna pour myself a brandy. The melody's quite beautiful, just floats in the air. And I must admit, I get a bit misty-eyed thinking of that tiny jacket, its long sleeves dangling to the floor.
Oh, monkey, monkey,
pedestal for you. All right, here we go.
Wait,
Who are you?
I'm Jimmy Vanderbilt.
Do you need anyone?
I don't need anyone.
What about the love of one
What do
man?
I care about the love of one man when I am adored by millions? Do I need to be so gloomy? No. I can do the world so I chose. See the buds and flowers to me every show. Gertrude sign handing me a rose.
Let's go.
I'm Janet Vanderbilt. Ain't no nail that I can't hammer. Why give up on a life of glamour? Life of glamour? Life of glamour? No!
I love this part. Having a complete mental breakdown.
Monkey. Accident waiting to happen. I don't want to show off no more. Monkey. I don't want to spread mirth no more. Monkey. Even greatest hunger no more. I don't wanna. show. And I think George and future, it's George and millions will do just fine. The future that I ever cared to shape. The most one-two time in cat who drives me Is it the monkey or my pedestal?
Don't you just love that number? It's got a bit of everything. It's got a bit of Busby Berkeley, a little Jane Goodall. That's what I love about musicals in general. When a character's in crisis, they sing and they dance, which is so much more interesting than whining about it. It's the glory of musical theater. See? This is what I'm talking about. This is life. You manage to be happy for 5 seconds, and something starts ringing.
Oh, what a wonderful day for a wedding.
Would you prefer that I have the pews moved now, or would you prefer I wait until later?
I'm going to stop the scene right here before it's interrupted by a ringing telephone. Here we have two vaudeville performers who have slipped through the cracks of time. There's Noel Fitzpatrick and Ukulele Lil. I don't know a thing about them. I suppose Ukulele Lil plays the ukulele, but she doesn't in this show. I actually tried finding out more about her. I went to all my books, and I even tried the internet, but all the things that came up were Tiny Tim's autopsy photos. Still, they're quite charming.
Why would you have the pews removed?
The bride waiting off.
Oh, Underly, never listen to a bride on her wedding day. That was a very complex emotion, Underly.
Yes, madam.
You can be very close to someone 1 minute, and why the next you just want to strangle them. Do you understand?
I'm familiar with their strangle. Yes.
See? That's just the nature of love. Love makes lovers worry, love makes lovers fret, but here's a fact on which we can depend. Just like long ago when Romeo loved Juliet, love is always lovely in the end.
But Romeo, Juliet was a tragedy.
Madam.
Oh, I never read reviews. Love can start a quarrel, love can cause a ding, but love has always been a trusty friend. 'Twas a happy thing for Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. Love is always lovely in the end.
Might I remind you, madam, that Anne Boleyn lost her head?
Yes, she was in love. Love was between Eve and Adam.
You again.
And Samson and Delilah too.
Good grief, might I pose a question, madam?
Why,
Why, nothing I say to you ever gets through.
don't mind if I do. Love is always lovely in the end.
Excuse me, madam. I'll pour myself a glass of ice water.
Love sneaks up behind you. Love drops from above. Love would never consciously offend. Love has certainly been kind to me. My true love. Love is always lovely in the end.
But your late husband was a brute.
I don't mean him, silly goose. Love is always lovely in the end. Love is always lovely in the end.
Yes, that number was quite charming, but to be honest, on some level, that song really pisses me off. Now, I've got to say something. And yes, I have been drinking, but I'm going to go on a limb here and say, love is not always lovely in the end. Often, in the end, there are lawyers. Love is always lovely in the end. I just think that that number is naive, and irresponsibly so. I'm sorry. I just thought that needed to be said for the benefit of the young people. I won't interrupt anymore. Oh, there is a scene coming up that I have just become obsessed with.
Oh, there you are, chaperone. I'm in a terrible state.
You certainly are. You can't go to the wedding looking like that.
Oh, you poor dear. Haven't you heard? The wedding has been called off.
Not your wedding, mine. Oh, that reminds me. Might I borrow your veil?
You're getting married. But to whom?
La 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 la. Ah, beautiful lady with baffled expression.
You're marrying Adolfo?
I know it's sudden, but when I look into his eyes, his big clumsy eyes, I get all drowsy. And that's love, isn't it?
Yes, dear, that is love. Help me. Here you are. All right. I'm gonna lay my cards on the table. I gotta be cards. I can't take the pressure. If this goes on any longer, the old tip is gonna give out. Now, please, tell me. Is there going to be a wedding or not?
Yes.
Thank the good Lord in heaven.
Adolfo and the chaperone are getting married.
What?
Oh, there you are. There's going to be a wedding.
Yes, we just heard.
You heard?
Yes.
But who told you?
I did.
But how did you know?
What
difference does it make?
Ms. Toddington and I are to be married in the garden this evening at 7:30.
What?
What? Oh. Yes. Oh, congratulations, everyone.
What kind of cockamamie is this? Everyone's getting married except the bride and the groom.
Oh, there you are, Janet. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hello, Mr. Martin.
Janet, please don't be this way. Can't you find it in your heart to marry me? It's our wedding day, and George has gone to all this trouble, and I really do love you more than I can say.
But you kissed another woman.
I know. I can't make sense of it. I know this may sound ridiculous, but when I was kissing that French girl, it felt like I was kissing you.
Oh, Robert, you were kissing me.
You mean, you're Mimi? Well, that French accent was remarkably accurate.
Why, thank you. I developed while playing the role of Monique in Hall Zetabagat.
There you are. Before you do anything, just think of this. No matter how well you play the role of happy wife, you will never receive another standing ovation.
Oh, I don't know. I'm so confused. Chaperone, for this once, can you give me some advice that's both coherent and appropriate to the situation? Should I marry Robert?
All right, this is it. The moment I was talking about before. Not only is it the culmination of the entire plot, but it is a moment that has fascinated me more than any other, and has kept me coming back to this record again and again. Listen.
Well, my advice to you is,
This is it. Listen.
while you can.
Did you hear it? You can't quite make out what she says because someone drops a cane. I'll play it for you again.
While you can.
Is she saying live while you can or leave while you can?
While you can.
I mean, it's Beatrice Stockwell, so it might just be some cynical quip. But that's exactly what you think, isn't it? Should I live or should I leave? You have to live, right? Because you do love her in some way. It's not an exact science. An arrow doesn't come out of the sky and point you to the one you're supposed to be with. But you say, I love you. And you phrase it as a question. And they accept it as fact. And suddenly, there she is, standing in front of you in a $3,000 dress with tears in her eyes, and her nephew made the hoopah. So what do? Do you say, oh no, I was kidding, I was joking? No. You choose to live. So for months, you stare at the alien form in bed beside you and you think to yourself, who are you? Who are you? And then one day, you say it out loud, and then trial separation and couples counseling and all your conversations are about her eating disorder and your Zoloft addiction. Just constant redefining, reevaluating, revisiting, and finally you lose the deposit on the house and the whole relationship ends on a particularly ugly note with your only copy of Gypsy spinning through the air and crashing against the living room wall. But still, in a larger sense, in a broader sense, it's better to have lived than left, right?
While you can.
You have no idea how many times I've listened to this part.
Chaperone, you certainly do have a way with words. Robert, my answer to you is yes, I will marry you.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful!
Well, Mr. Feldig, looks like this wedding's a done deal.
You're in truffle now.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
But there is. I found myself a new leading lady, presenting Kitty the Incredible. Now, focus, Kitty, and show them how you can read my mind. My mind.
Kitty, will you marry me? Holy crap, Mr. Feldig, yes, yes!
Isn't she amazing?
What are y'all waiting for? You ladies go put on your little frillies, okay? We'll all get married in one big
clump. That's how they do it in Utah. Well, George, I don't know how you pulled it off. 4 weddings in one day. I guess you're everyone's best man now. I am?
Yes, sir.
He's George, the best man, George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought. He's basking in the glory of a fight well fought. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time.
Minister, you may begin. Oh no, I forgot the minister! Who the hell are you?
I'm Trix, the aviatrix, queen of the sky. To Rio I was wending when my engine needed mending. I'll fix my navigatrix, and then I'll fly and let you lovers tie the knot. Sorry to crash the party, folks, but we'll have this fixed in 2 shakes, then off to Rio for Carnival.
Wait a second. The captain of a ship can perform a marriage.
Yeah! Yeah!
A plane is kind of like a sheep, like a sheep in the air, like some might call it an air sheep.
Oh, shit! Yes!
Wait, I got it, Trix. You can all marry him here. We can have our honeymoon in Rio.
Hooray! A bride and groom in a chapel may bring a tear to the eye, but what a thrill when the first trill I do in the sky. When vows are said in the middle daffodil side, I do in the sky. Do you? Do you? Do you? A bride and groom in our chapel may bring a tear to the eye. With rainbows bending before us and clouds meandering by, one can't restrain that sweet refrain. I do in the sky. My vows are set in the middle of the daffodil side. But heartbeats rush when sweethearts touch. I do in the sky. I do in the sky.
Look, up ahead. Do you see it?
Could it be? Yes, it's Rio! Well, hurry up, Trix. We've got some honeymooning to do. Then fly, then fly. It's such a thrill when lovers and clouds meandering by. One can't restrain that sweet refrain. I do. I'm in love.
Oh no. All right. Everyone stay calm. This happens occasionally. It's a terrible old apartment with horrible wiring. Just concentrate. Just keep the show alive in your minds. Don't talk to anyone. Don't let yourselves be distracted. I'll find the fuse box. Everybody be quiet.
It's the super!
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
Hi,
Hello.
your lights are out.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to shut the power off because we're replacing a breaker panel in the basement.
Yes.
Some we replace it, but when we replace it, all the breakers in all the apartment streets.
Yes?
It's what happens, it's normal.
All right.
Because, I tried calling you earlier, but there was no answer.
I'm having a bit of a problem with the phone.
Alright, whatever. Here we go. What was that?
It's just a record.
What kind of music was that?
Music? Like from a musical?
Musicals? Oh, you like musicals? I love musicals. I go with my husband all the time. I tell you, it's amazing what they can do nowadays. Did you see Miss Saigon? They landed a helicopter on the stage as so amazing. But I tell you, I see them all. I see Cats, Les Mis, Saturday Night Fever, The Kid is Savage, Wicked, Newsies, The Lion King, Footloose, Grease. I tell you, I like the movie there.
Oh, is that right? Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, that's it. One note away from the end of the show, and the whole moment's ruined. I should start the record from the beginning. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, it's just so frustrating, I love this show, and I've never even seen it. My mother gave me the record when I was younger, a little before my father left. Well, we didn't leave because of the record, but I'm sure it didn't help matters. Look, I know it's not a perfect show. I mean, the spit take scene is lame, and the monkey motif is labored, but none of that matters, because it does what a show is supposed to do. It takes you to another world, and leaves you with a little something to carry with you, A little something to help you escape the dreary horrors of the real world. A little something for when you're feeling blue, As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what. I'm an accident waiting to happen. Still we bumble our way.
I wanna sing
Through life's crazy
Where
web,
bells will ring, wedding bells will chime,
To lead
where
us
we
up,
knowing left from right, nor right from wrong.
Surprise!
and the best that we can do is help a bluebird.
We'll sing his song as we stumble along. Still we bumble our way through life's crazy labyrinth.
Barely know
While we have the chance, I'd also like to thank one of our choreographers. Ariana, would you come up to the front? Ariana through this entire thing, and she was the one who helped Alex and I perform that great Cold Seas number that you saw. When Alex and I came in, I can tell you neither of us had tap danced a day in our life, and she coached us up, and that's what you saw back there. So we give a big thanks to